shoulder extension, connective tissue activation. We're going to do the regressive side of shoulder extension. So shoulder extension is pulling your arm back this way. The regressive side is the back, the progressive side is the front. So we're going to be doing this exercise realistically where we're getting into this position. We're going to get that connective tissue in particular in the back of that shoulder. We're going to get it online. We're going to teach it to create some stiffness, and we're going to teach you what it feels like when that tissue creates some stiffness. So what we're going to do is I'm going to assume that we're going to be doing this at, say, the end of your active range. Now your program may say you're doing it at the end of your active range. It may say 10 or 15 degrees past your active range. It may say all the way to the end of your passive range. Either way, program will say, but let's just assume we're going to the end of your active range. All right, so let's just say also, this is as far as you can get actively. What I want to do is I want to get to that position passively. So first thing I've got is a band here. So with the band, what I'm going to do is not just sort of put my arm through the end. I'm going to just give it a bit of a loop there so I don't have to hold it. So now the band is doing the holding for me. And then I'm also going to get this stick, and I'm going to use this stick to get into that end of the active range, right? So I'm just going to put that stick down there, and as I walk my hand up, I'm now at the end of my active range. What I want to do though is I want to transfer the resistance from the band into my shoulder. At the moment, I'm kind of pushing the stick into the floor, so I'm not really taking the resistance of the band. So, but as I let go of my hand on here, now the tissue in the back of my shoulder is going to be taking the resistance from the band. So I'll get into this position here, and then I'm slowly going to just let go of my grip. I've still got my thumb around just so I don't, the stick doesn't fall. As you do this, a couple things to be aware of. One is, what you're trying to do is you're doing this really slowly, because you're trying to, with the tissue at the back here, you're not trying to just, go as hard as you can. You're trying to match the resistance. So as I slowly start letting go, a little bit more resistance is being put in the tissue, and I'm trying to match that resistance. And then you're going to hold it here for as long as your program says. If you can't go as long as your program says, say it says 60 seconds, and you only last 10 seconds in your fatigue, that's all right. Just hold on with your hand. This is your rest period. And then when you've rested again, go again, and then just do it as many times as you need to accumulate that work. Another way you can do it rather than staying still like this is if I go forward a bit here, and then I get to the point here where I'm in that range, notice the band here, it's kind of like tight, but it's not, there's no real resistance in it yet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have my thumb here, and I'm actually just going to slowly start moving back to increase the resistance of the band. And then I'm going to hold here. Once again, you're only going to probably get up to about 20-30%. The program will say that just means that you're using 20 or 30% effort to not have your arm pulled forward. So once again, you fatigue a bit here, you can't do it anymore, just walk forward. Stay in position. Really important also here, I don't want your shoulder up. So as you're doing this, keep that shoulder depressed. So shoulder down, or your scapula depressed, I should say. So scap depressed the whole time. And then as I slowly just move back, I want to feel that tension in the back of my shoulder to stop my arm moving forward. Notice the stick is staying in the same place. I'm not bringing it with me. And I'm just trying to match that resistance as it grows. And you're just doing this to kind of feel that tissue and fatigue it as you go. So there's two different options there. Obviously, one is you're staying in the same place. You've got the resistance, and then you're letting go slowly to add resistance. The second option is you're getting to where you want to be, and you're adding resistance by just moving back a little bit. To be honest, I actually prefer the second one. Maybe I should have done the second one first. But everyone's going to be a little bit different. So try them both. Let us know how you go.